government house, his deputy, the House of Assembly, and the machinery of democracy in Rivers State are officially back in place. But tonight, as Rivers people gather outside Government House in colorful attire, waiting to celebrate the return of the governor, he still hasn't shown up. And that means the political drama is far from over. Now, this saga has been one of the most controversial in Nigeria's democratic history. A sitting elected governor was suspended. His deputy, an entire House of Assembly, were sent packing. An emergency administrator, a retired vice admiral, was appointed to run the state. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said it was necessary, according to him, to save the state from a complete breakdown. But legal experts, civil society, and many Rivers indigents asked tough questions. Is it constitutional to remove a sitting governor who was elected just like the president? Did we just set a dangerous precedent that any president could replicate anywhere else? Also, with Fubara's reinstatement, what backdoor handshakes and negotiations were made for his possible return? Who are the winners and who are the losers? What does this mean for Rivers politics going forward? Especially with Wike, the Assembly, and the President. You're watching closely. Well, joining me is an army of my constituency. I call them my constituency because I'm Rivers by association. I'm being joined by Lelonu Nwibubasa. He's a former commissioner in Rivers State. I'm also being joined by Eugene Abels. He is the executive director of the Extra Step Initiative. I'm also joined by my very good friend and I don't know if I should say that name on it. Anyway, he also used to be a special advisor to Governor Nyesom Wike. Open About Inco Tariat joins us live. I have three mighty men of valor joining me today. Welcome. Welcome, gentlemen.
Eugene.
I agree.
I hope you can hear me clearly.
Yes, I can hear everybody clearly. Thank you so much for joining me, gentlemen. Nobody else would have had this conversation better with me than you guys. And I know how I begged everybody to join me. Everybody had excuses, but you all joined, and I'm so appreciative of that. Let me start with the man who worked closely with Nyesom Wike. Many would say that all of this happened because Nyesom Wike disagreed with the governor. Rivers State would probably not have experienced this, but it all started with Wike. And for someone who had worked with him, do you think that Rivers State deserved what he has experienced in the past 6 months?
Well, not at all. I mean, first and foremost, the state of emergency is gratuitous. It's unprovoked. We have states in the north that are immersed in security problems, killings going on daily there, and the president is yet to declare state of emergency in those areas, where lives are lost on daily basis. But he declared the state of emergency in Rivers State, ostensibly the fact that there was a pipeline explosion. Which is not true, which is mendacious, because is it NNPCL now came out to say it wasn't an act of sabotage. And that was not even the first time we've been having those pipe leak. It's not the first time in any part of the Niger Delta. Nobody has deemed it fit, even predecessors deemed it fit to declare state of emergency on such flim-flam, such ridiculous reasons. Well, we all know that that was just a subterfuge because the president is Mr. Godfatherism himself, and he was definitely in support of what Wike was doing, trying to impose that Godfatherism in Rivers State, which he kicked against when it was Ambode's time, and told Ambode to resist Tinubu's Godfatherism, and that it could never happen in Rivers State. Unfortunately, he was the harbinger of that Godfatherism, which I call pestilence of Godfatherism. And sadly, rather than call his appointee to order, Mr. President endorsed the malfeasance of the FCT minister And that was what led us to where we are, the illegal declaration of a state of emergency, because that is, the removal, suspension of the government, not declaration of a state of emergency. The president has a right to declare.
There are those who would argue with you that it wasn't illegal, that it was legally done by a voice vote that was backed by the National Assembly.
Sorry?
There are those who would say that this wasn't illegally done. It was legally done, and it was backed by a voice vote in the National Assembly.
Yes, first I was addressing that. If you had allowed me to finish, I would have addressed all that. First and foremost, the National Assembly on such sensitive constitutional matters is not a voice vote. That is number one. Even most legislators and former legislators kicked against it. It's not by voice vote. That is number one. Number two, the matter is in court and it's subjected to the clinical prognosis of the legal lab. So we are even worried, and it's so sad that since April, was it April 15th or thereabouts, that the matter of the case was instituted, the Supreme Court has not done anything on such important, monumental constitutional matter. If an elected president can suspend an elected governor, I don't think the drafters of the Constitution ever envisaged it. They talked of a state of emergency, but they never. But because the Constitution is silent on that, Mr. President capitalized on it. Forget the National Assembly. To me, I mean, I call it executive lascarity, legislative enslavement, and judicial desecration. And that is what played out in Rivers State. Forget the National Assembly, where even the leader of the National Assembly, who is supposed to be, or who is not supposed to be, who is the Senate President, former governor of Akwa Ibom State, your state, definitely. I think.
No, that's not my state. Go ahead. Okay, my sister state.
Who is not even supposed to be a member of the National Assembly as we speak. Orisha Sokorosha even asked that question. He's not supposed to be, but he is there. And that is the kind of country we find ourselves. Okay. Where the rule of law is caged and the serve justice roundly subverted. He is there. But other persons who contested with him could not find themselves in the National Assembly going by the existing Electoral Act. But the man is there. Even the former Senate President is also there. So that was what led to the pestilence of Godfather, is what led to the declaration of a state of emergency and the suspension of the governor, which we are still contesting in court if the president has that right.
Let me come to you, Eugene, and then I'll come to, because I spoke recently with Mr. Nwibubasa on this issue, and he didn't necessarily seem happy about it. But let me come to you, Eugene. You and I have talked about so many issues, including Rivers State, and you're one of those persons that seems to be pretty calm about what's happened so far. I want to address what's happening on the ground now. The fact that we saw people in uniforms, drummers. I mean, I hear that road leading to Government House is completely blocked out. What exactly are the Rivers people celebrating, if I may ask? Because at this point, it's necessary to ask.
First of all, just allow me to digress a bit. Last time I was your studio, I asked you if I shot you, if the president shot you, can the National Assembly ratify it, that act? They cannot. There are clear procedures for amendment of the Constitution. When the federal government decided to masturbate by running to the Supreme Court to order local government funds to be disbursed, I told it won't happen, because the Supreme Court cannot amend the Constitution through the back door nor usurp the rules of the legislature. So if we agree, if we are on that point to support what Nabu has said, President Tinubu tomorrow can wake up, suspend 2 arms of government in Kano State because APC is not in charge there, and swear in Sheyi Tinubu. The National Assembly will ratify it. That's where we are. It's not a reverse thing. It's not a wicked thing. It's not a Fubara thing. It's a Nigerian thing. A couple of days I asked some people, if Obasanjo was on seat, how would they have dealt with this matter? And the consensus was that once Obasanjo had given you Minister of FCT and even removed you from TSA, meaning that you're getting your funds directly, he will give, like the way he did for Timi Alaibe and Governor, when Goodluck Jonathan became governor. Timi Alaibe was in charge of the party for 2 years. There was a sharing, 60-40. So, like Obunabo rightly mentioned, the president endorsed everything. But the question I asked, what does he stand to gain? All you needed to do was tell the governor, join me in my party.
Simple.
And it would have been done. Why go down this lane? Now we're looking for our 242 billion, where all kinds of things, soldiers are protesting, policemen are protesting. And yesterday I saw a post, we'll do Thanksgiving. I said, what for? In answer to your question, what are you celebrating? You only celebrate when you can celebrate. What are you celebrating? Are you celebrating victory? Are you maybe they're just celebrating that their Oga has returned. And I think this is associated with the level of joblessness in our community. So I think we should leave it there. What are you celebrating?
Mr. Nwibubasa, let's talk about the governor. The governor is nowhere to be found as we speak. The speculations that he might even be in Lagos. Some say he's in Abuja. Some says he's not even left the United Kingdom, where he has been for a while. And some of the people who have been playing, playing the drums, celebrating and waiting for him, have started, departing Government House and all of the places they were waiting for the governor at. Where do you think the governor is, and why do you think it's taking him so long to come out? I'm asking you this not because because you're the governor's keeper, because I have had callers say today that he might be thoroughly embarrassed at the way that things have turned out. Being that he talked tough, he had said he holds the red pen, the jungle had matured, etc., etc. Could that be the reason why the governor is nowhere to be found? Might he just appear as a Nicodemus, at night to assume office, or am I just?
Let me start by appreciating my brothers who are in the studio with us. You told me yesterday, yesterday I told you that if it were possible, you should let this cup pass away from me. If I knew that Eugene, Abels, and Okunabo was coming, I would have stood my ground, because I know that.
And that's why I didn't tell you. That's why I didn't tell you.
So coming back to the problem in Rivers State, first of all, like they've all said, I will say that Okunabo has said it. Everything the president said or did was a red herring to get to Rivers State. And then, like Abel also has said, that the president could have just told Fubara to join him in his party than to follow this long route to, to captivity, because not to freedom. They would have just captured him by asking him to come in. Many people close to the governor, they are not so happy that at the declaration of the state of emergency, or rather when the so-called reconciliation, I made bold to say that there was no reconciliation, that Fubara just surrendered. And I maintain it. And so it's a shame that I'm actually here in the United Kingdom, like I told you, that they are celebrating on the streets of Rivers State. And I'm asking, we are celebrating our captivity or liberation? Which one exactly are we celebrating? I'm talking about the governor not being on ground. Like you rightly said, it's difficult that I should be able to answer that question. But you've given me a lead that probably maybe is the governor ashamed or something, but I think it's the other way around. The governor has been given strict conditions for return. Celebration was not part of the conditions. If the governor comes and address the crowd that is celebrating him today, it will start another fight.
I think I agree with you.
So the best thing he can do is to stay away from the crowd. The crowd is the problem. It simply means that the structure that was set up through the local government election was artificial. The real people are the people on the streets.
organic support.
I can tell you that Rivers people, as much as they are hurt by the action of the governor, they are ready to forgive him to continue to fight tyranny from Wike.
I agree.
And so if the governor will assume office today and tell Rivers people that I've made a mistake and I want to fight, even though it's for one day, Rivers people will fight with him. We've gotten to the point in Rivers State where Wike is likely going to control our oxygen very soon if we are not careful. And so any Rivers man that you know you have need for oxygen, start buying oxygen and keep, because if he has the right to control it, he's going to take it off from you. So I, by my own thinking, feel that the governor is not on ground because he's coming to address this crowd will put him in more trouble.
I agree.
That's how much of a schoolboy I think he has been reduced to.
And how does this affect governance going forward? And I'll allow all of you to respond 1 minute each because I have 4 minutes before I go on my first break. How will this affect governance going forward if he's now a puppet on ropes?
Sincerely, it will be a miracle that we are going to have governance in Rivers State. A situation where all your executive powers have been usurped, boards and parastatals that are supposed to, report to you have been filled up and they have someone they have to report to. I just wonder, it will be a miracle that we have governance. I think that's all I can say.
Let me come back to you, Opuna, but what do you think? 1 minute.
Well, he has said it all. I don't think we're going to have the governance in the state where you have appointees answerable to somebody else, not answerable to you, who is supposed to be the appointer. And we had a similar situation when the Commissioner for Finance, I think the governor ordered for payment, and the Commissioner for Finance, before the whole problem started, said he should get clearance from Jason Wike.
Exactly.
As a sitting governor. We've had situations like that. Last year where a local government chairman who was serving as an outsider called the governor a foolish man. So if such things could happen, and eventually the governor capitulates right now, like he said, the governor surrendered. If such things happen, I mean, it might only get worse unless something is done. Because you have even boards, you have even up to the local government where the constitution says it is the governor that will set up the electoral body in the state. The appointing authority is the governor. Excellent. And you have an administrator setting up that body, conducting local government elections, which is ultra virus. I mean, this administrator has no business even dissolving boards. He has no business. This was a man who came in and said the state was faithful. He inspected projects and said they were 80% completed. All of a sudden, he's awarding contracts. All of a sudden, he's dissolving boards. I mean, because that tells you he was taking instructions from somebody. He was just here to act out the script in order to strip the governors of his powers. And having believed that that has been achieved, now he just come as a titular head, a ceremonial head. That is just the truth.
Eugene, what is this something? What's this something that Opunabo is referring to? Because he says that's what's going to happen, except something is done. What is that something? I mean, there's something that was trying to happen, which has led Sim to where he is right now. What is that something that needs to happen for things to change, for governance to actually happen?
I just wanted to help to spoil your day in the sense that the vibes coming from the assembly, they've just given out instructions that I should come and submit nominees and budget and that. I would have expected as a one political family that they should have called for a meeting. Yes, to review everything. Now, to help spoil Opunabo's day further, I hope that contracts have not been awarded in excess of the inflows of the state, and irrevocable standard payment orders issued that will leave him to only be paying salaries. And so I've said that we're headed for a crisis Because if that is the case, whether Sim likes it or not, people like us will go to court.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's beyond
We
the
are going
governor.
to court
Beyond the
to
governor.
ask the civil servants who signed, where they derived the authority to sign with the stranger. The man, that person was strange to the constitution. We're not doing it because we don't like Wike or hate or love Sim. We're going to do it to put things in their proper perspective.
Okay,
Exactly.
we have to go on a
Exactly.
quick
And
break, gentlemen. We have to go on a
if
break.
the
Even
banks
We have to go on a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this. And of course, we have to go on a break. Lagos, we'll be right back. We're still talking about rivers. Stay with us.
More talk, news, and sports after this.
Hey, moms and dads, did you know that some children are picky eaters and also do not get enough fruits and vegetables from their diet? Well Kid Baby and Infant Syrup is a food supplement from Vitabiotics that contains 14 vitamins and minerals, including vitamin C and zinc, as well as flaxseed oil, which supports brain development and all-round health. Well Kid Baby and Infant Tasty Syrup is for children 3 months to 5 years of age. Give your young ones a good start with Well Kid Baby and Infant from Vitabiotics UK. Available in pharmacies near you.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. My game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's my game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious, rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Party people, jollof gone, pounded yam gone, but water, unfinished bottles abandoned like Sia wrapper.
The new 33cl Nestle Pure Life Premium Drinking Water. Big enough to refresh, small enough to finish. No waste, no wahala. And with our trusted 13-step quality process, every drop is refreshingly safe. Nestle Pure Life Premium Drinking Water. Source of hydration you can trust.
Books, uniform, school fees.
Wait, mattress?
Mommy, please, I want the one I slept on at Auntie Regina's house, Muka.
Say no more. Don't leave sleep out of the back-to-school checklist. Doctors say quality sleep aids better learning. Choose Muka student mattresses today.
Sleep better, live better, Muka. Muka, adding comfort to life since 1959.
On September 24th, 2025, the highly anticipated second edition of EcoBank Design and Build begins. The excitement is palpable as players in the Nigerian build and design space look forward to an amazing variety of Nigerian creativity in design, building, and construction.
The theme this year is how we build, how we live, and that aptly captures the expectations of the many discerning visitors. Attendance, by the way, is free.
EcoBank Design and Build 2025 is intentionally curated to showcase the very best people, ideas, and innovations that inspire us to rethink how we live and build.
A major highlight is the daily knowledge sharing sessions with leading voices in architecture, interiors, and urban planning. Not to forget the immersive kitchen installations and cooking experiences.
Venue is the well-appointed EcoBank Pan-African Center right by the lagoon at Ozumba Mbadiwe Street, Victoria Island, Lagos. Time is 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily from September 24th to September 28th, 2025. Attendance is free.
See you there.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
It's the choices you make that set you apart from being good to being great. My choice, Nivea Men Deep Body Lotion with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Gives you both dark wood fragrance and 48-hour moisture. And my other top choice for all-day freshness, Nivea Men Deep Roll-On for 72-hour protection and fragrance with Max Tech, powered by Black Carbon. Skin is for playing it smart. Nivea is for skin.
Hey, yeah, now Rabi, with Rabi, my teeth strong, my mouth is fresh, it clean well, oh, now Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B, fresh breath Oral-B, 24/7 with Oral-B. Strong teeth Oral-B.
Give on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Oral-B today. The Nigerian Dental Association Tanda Gidigba with Oral-B.
Here you go, dear.
Mom, you didn't add milk.
No need to. Taste it and see why.
Wow, but how?
Is it milky?
Yes.
Is it creamy?
Yes.
That's Milo 3-in-1 milky and creamy for you. It's so milky. I don't need to add more milk.
I love it, Mommy.
Give your kids Milo 3-in-1, milky and creamy. It's truly milky. It contains calcium to help your champ win every day. Milo, energy to go further. Milo.
Ah, finally.
Finally what?
I've been trying to reach your phone for days.
Oh, so sorry. Telecommunication services have been very poor in my area lately. Some hoodlums vandalized the telecoms masts around here.
Ah, they tried it in my area, but guess what? Our people now protect the mast as if our lives depend on it.
Wise move. I must tell my husband to raise the issue at our community meeting so that we too can protect all our telecom masts.
Exactly. You see, when telecom masts and fiber cables are destroyed, every area of our life, from education to healthcare to banking operations and the entire economy, is affected. Vandalizing telecommunications infrastructure harms everyone. Dial 622 from any network or send an email to protect@ncc.gov.ng to report suspected cases of vandalism. This message is brought to you by mobile network operators and towercos in collaboration with the Nigerian Communications Commission.
Meals have a way of taking us on a journey. And when you add plenty of vegetables like efo, ugu, and season with the rich taste of North seasoning cubes, even better.
So, go ahead and elevate your meals with more vegetables and the rich taste of Knorr cubes. Today, eat for good.
This is what goodness tastes like. Golden caramel, creamy buttermint, and rich coffee. There's a Cadbury candy for every moment.
Cadbury caramel, Cadbury coffee, Cadbury buttermint. Sweet, smooth, and full of flavor. Whether you're chilling at home or on the move, there's a Cadbury candy for every mood.
Yeah, there's a Cadbury candy for every moment.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, though. It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
Little body, big moves. Little brain, big learning. Your little child is eager to do big things. Every sachet of Cerelac Junior comes with the nutrition they need: natural grains, protein, and iron to support their physical growth, learning, and development. So you can fully enjoy your little one's big moments of growth.
This is not just football. This is JJ Ball X, the game where every doggo, every race counts. Here, your football skills pay off. As you raise the ball, you fit raise your account balance. So if you think you're the next JJ and it's sure for you, get on the BetKing app. Use the promo code JJBallX. Tap on casino. Click on JJ BallX to play and start winning. Remember, not for persons under the age of 18. Play responsibly.
I'm in love, Sonia tomato mix, stand up. Is it to open? Is it to squeeze? Is it to scoop? And is it to stir?
Sonia tomato mix in a new stand-up pouch.
Books, uniform, school fees. Wait, mattress?
Mommy, please, I want the one I slept on at Auntie Regina's house, Muka.
Say no more. Don't leave sleep out of the back-to-school checklist. Doctors say quality sleep aids better learning. Choose Muka students' mattresses today.
Sleep better, live better, Muka.
Muka, adding comfort to life since 1959.
This is Nigeria Info, where the conversation begins.
Do you think, as a scientist, we need GMOs in Nigeria?
Nigeria, as a government, has a policy that promotes the use of advanced biotechnology in ensuring food security, environmental conservation, and health improvement.
MDMA is there from the lab, from the containment level. Before it gets to the field, MDMA would have known that this crop will contaminate, and the regulatory agency, of course, will stop that before it gets to the Nigerian market.
Toby Amusan, I'm sure you've seen that video, you've heard what she said. Is it satisfying what the AFN said?
You know, there is so much corruption in any aspect, in any sector. We are in a country where the worst of us rule the best of us.
Nigeria as a country is not ready for anything development, but Nigeria is
what do you mean? Why? What do you mean by that?
Stay with us on 99.3 Nigeria Info. This is Hard Facts.
Yes, it is, and we're back. We're still talking about the situation in Rivers State. Of course, the lift of the emergency rule, the handing over by Iborite Bass. But yet, Rivers people have not seen their governor. What do you think is at play? I have in the studio Lelonu, Nwibubasa, Eugene, Abels, and Opunabo Inko Taria, all Rivers sons, analyzing the situation with me here in the studio. Before we went on that break, we've been talking about what led to all of this and what's happening on the ground. We've been too many speculations, but let's talk about the politics right now in Rivers State. Just concluded local government elections. Don't forget, we've had 2 of those in the space of how many months, by the way, with, of course, taxpayers' monies. Who's going to account for those monies? 2 elections, that's one. Secondly, what is Rivers going to be referred to as? A PDP state, an APC state? Let's not forget the guys who won, the majority of the local government chairmen who have been sworn in are APC, former PDP members who are now APC, who ran on the platform of the APC. Just 3 out of them were PDP members. A House of Assembly that's not necessarily sure whether they're PDP or APC, and a governor who seems to be standing alone, and a PDP member. One who everyone's questioning if he might also move to the party at the center. So I'm going to start with Eugene. What exactly is happening in Rivers now?
20 APC local government chairmen that are of a faction that are not recognized by the court.
That's a whole conversation on its own. That's a whole conversation on because we have the 2 factions of the APC now as we speak, and one led by Tony Okocha and another led by what's his name now?
The duly elected party chairman is Emeka Beke. According to the court.
According to the courts.
And his tenure has not lapsed. Neither has it been removed by the National Party. So the other people who emerged, where did they come from? Except Emeka will decide to endorse them. So that one is also there. I think we're becoming the landmark for complexities and political shenanigans. And I say a lot of things. All of this are avoidable, clearly avoidable. All they needed to do was ask him to the camp, and everybody would train APCs. There's a politician under Sim and Wike. Number 2, after the supposed peace deal, they had 180 days. Why didn't they give the notification for the local government election so that the 90-day rule could have been clearly observed? Number 3, why didn't you just wait? Let Sim return so that they will do something that is legal before the eyes of the law. Why will you go ahead and appoint a RISEC chairman and also conduct an election that the INEC says contravenes their rules? Is it that the supposed peace deal was a fiery one? Or is there something else that we don't know? Or you don't trust him?
Let me come back to you, Lelonu. The legalities of everything that's happened on the Iborite Bass.
I like the way he says his name. Say it again.
Iborite Bass. has been questioned. In fact, I just saw a report now saying that the House of Assembly is instituting a probe into monies that were spent under his administration. Is that a pointer of something good to come, Mr. Nwibubasa?
That's also to tell you that you have a House of Assembly who definitely doesn't even know what their work is. Your first role as lawmakers, who probably was part of those who midwifed this suspension and then brought the pain on themselves just for the purpose of making sure that Sim feels some pain, is to return and even go back to your constituency and then address your people, find out how they feel, and then come back. You are a part of the 3 tiers of government, like Abel has said earlier. Meet with the governor, have some kind of meeting, and fashion a way that governance will be done. For you to just come in and start talking about probing of a bus is a simple way to tell you that you've come with so much powers and that you are going to probe everybody. So that could actually be a gimmick to make people feel that we've come as an assembly, but the target is not a bus. It may actually be coming to the Fubara himself. Impeachment is still on the table. As a matter of fact, we are aware that part of what was in the peace deal was that where Sim goes against any of these points in the peace deal, impeachment will be the next thing to do. So it is obviously a House of Assembly that doesn't know what their work is. They actually don't know their role as lawmakers. So it doesn't excite me that they are talking about proving of the bus.
Or maybe bus will change everybody.
Let me come to you, Bunaba, before we open up the phone lines, because Lagosians are itching to comment on this issue. What's the way forward for Rivers people? Because all we're talking about is politicians and what they want and what they intend to do. Where does this leave the average Rivers person? I'm imagining if I were still in Rivers State, and I pay my taxes, to the state, and I do not get good governance, or we're all in a state of confusion. What is the fate of the average Rivers person with all of this that's playing out, and what the future might hold, whether there be impeachment, whether there be a good boy in the, doing the job that he's been called to? I'm just trying to paint a picture. Where does this leave the average Rivers person? Openabo.
Well, it's a convoluted situation. But one thing is certain, that most of these issues will be dragged to court. We need a judicial pronouncement, not because we have faith in the judiciary, but because that is what we ought to do before we resort to whatever expedient we need to resort to achieve our aim. You see, like Eugene said, it's not all about Fubara, it's not all about Wiki. It's all about the system. One man cannot control a system and dictate to the people, especially when he's running foul of the law and of the Constitution. It is not your patrimony, it is not your rights, where you come to a state and force everything on the people of the state. Let's go to court, challenge the local government election, challenge the dissolution of the boards and parasitals, challenge most of these things. Let the court make a pronouncement on them. Then after that, Rivers persons will know what to do. Now, you see this organic support SIM is having. Yes, in the last 1 year or thereabouts, it's been able to impact on Rivers people. No doubt about that. But most of the support he's getting is as a result of people's referendum of disapproval of the style of leadership of Jason Wike.
Yeah.
And that is the support SIM is getting actually. Because they are protesting this tyranny, which from day one, Wike went into office to today, even as FCT minister. And that's why you see people coming out to say no. And what has, to a very large extent, what has been able to, I would like calm the people down a little bit. And the rhetoric of the governor, I want peace. I don't want this. Oh, he's my master. He's my godfather. He's this. I knelt down before him. That daunted so many persons.
Okay.
Otherwise, even the state of emergency that was declared would have ignited what would have shocked Mr. President. But even when the PDP governors went to court, he said he's not part of the court process. So a lot of persons were discouraged. And probably he did that because he saw it as a trap. But he was the major target.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
That was why he did that.
All right. I want to open up the phone lines because I want Lagos to join the conversation. We're live on Facebook.com/Nigeria Info FM. We're live on YouTube, Nigeria Info FM. You could join the conversation. Share your thoughts on our live stream. I would like to hear from you. You could also join the conversation on 0201-277-0993 if you are male. For the female, 0201-465-7190. If you're listening from outside of the country, you want to join the conversation, you can join us on WhatsApp 0809-5975805. 60 seconds, please go straight to the point. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann.
Yes.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yes, I'm Madam Lokon from Beduleti. Hello?
Go ahead.
What I want to comment, I want to ask your guest. We see the election conducted that time by Fubara that time, and how his candidate is supported, though not his party, they won everything. So if he has come to conduct the election, what will be the difference between the one we conduct and the one this military guy conducted? Is it not the same thing? Because I don't see any democracy in that way. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll take all the calls. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
I think you need to correct her.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Yeah. We'll get to that. Hello, what's your name? Where are you calling
Maryann,
from?
how you doing? Jonathan is my name.
Go ahead, please.
Now, let me say this, Maryann. Personally, I will give the president his flowers. I'm giving him his flowers because he has settled the dust in Rivers State. And I will not support anybody to come and bring a rhetoric that will raise any dust like I'm hearing your guests talking about. And I feel very sad if all of them are elders in that state. If there's political issues, I expect all of them to, if they fight, there should be a political solution to issue, to solutions to problems. And even as a matter of if PDP cannot resolve, and APC try to resolve, they should be ashamed of themselves. As far as I'm concerned, the governor is back in the office. He should work with the State House of Assembly and let them see how these 4 years will just roll out peacefully, and then let's see what the future holds. Peaceful.
All right.
Enjoy your day.
All right. Two questions, one comment, one question. Two comments, really. Eugene, you wanted to respond to the first person saying that she was.
Yes, the first caller didn't understand our conversation. We're not talking about who is the outcome of an election. We're saying that the legal process for you to qualify to conduct the election is flawed, which Ubunabo declared as ultra-vires. It's illegal. You cannot place illegality upon illegality. So it's not about sim or this or that. In simple, I hope she's listening. So in pidgin English,
we are talking about propriety of the election. We are not saying
Eugene Abels cannot go and appoint person. We go conduct local government election. The court go cancel and say na illegality. Now the thing where they talk be that.
Okay. Who wants to respond? Who wants to respond to that?
Yeah. So even in the one that Sim conducted, if the procedures were not followed, the court said, look, you didn't give enough time.
Yeah.
Based on the constitution. And the court said, no, it cannot work.
And
so we are also going to go to the same court and say, look, this is a judgment you've given. That, look, you can't conduct election except you give 90 days statutory notice. So it is not about the outcome. It's about the procedure being flawed.
Yes.
And the court said Tim should go back and reconduct the local government election.
Exactly.
The court is not administrator to conduct local government elections.
And there's nothing like administration in the constitution.
In the constitution.
Okay. All right.
And then coming to the young man who.
Yeah, the second caller, quickly.
Yeah, the second caller. Well, I would say that he has paucity of knowledge about the things happening in Rivers State. And sincerely,
about even his own rights as a Nigerian, he doesn't even understand it.
Exactly. And he has very little knowledge of the fact that there is separation of powers and the president has a limit to which he can act. So
Exactly.
your flowers, before your flowers will get to the president, I can tell you,
they don't die.
Well, you guys are not nice.
No flowers to give to a president who worked against the constitution he swore to defend.
Okay.
And Rivers people, as it were, did not at any moment relegate their duty of midwifing peace. If we did so, Rivers would be in crisis.
Exactly.
And so we've been one state that has been able to comport ourselves even in the face of obvious provocation because of the general good of the people. So please return the flowers to Rivers people if it is.
No, it's presenting flowers for selfish reasons.
Can we take another call, guys? Thank you. Let's take another call. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Good evening.
Yeah, my name is Thomas from Victoria Island.
Thomas, go ahead quickly.
You see, in all of this fight, I am disappointed with the PDP as a party in Rivers. I am also disappointed with the people of Rivers. PDP does not know how to run an opposition party. I'm so disappointed in them and the people of Rivers. I'm just surprised that today the governor supposed to come back. They are all in government house dancing, dressing for like they are going for Father Christmas. So I don't know what celebration or what are they celebrating for. The president could not stand for him. The judiciary is not on the side of the governor. The federal government is not on the side of the governor. What he left with for the people. And the people disappointed him. They did not stand with him.
Okay.
So what are they celebrating is coming back from.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I'll take another quick call and then we'll wrap things up here. Apologies. Do call me back if that was you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah. My name is Adisa from Eugene.
Adisa, turn off your radio.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. Let me just get out from there, please. Okay. Yes, sir. I just want to contribute to the program here. Yes. Am I with you, ma'am?
Quickly, we don't have time, Adisa.
Okay, yes. I want to remind your guests there, please, that what has gone past in the River State should not be brought back either by speech or by attitude. Rivers people want to live, they want a brand new governor in Fubara. Let us forget and bury everything that happened in River State.
Sorry, what do you mean by a brand new governor I don't understand what that means.
Fubara is coming back as a brand new governor. We probably have learned a lesson. You can understand that Wike brought Fubara from nowhere regarding political platform. So Fubara did not understand how politics is being played anywhere in Nigeria or in the world. Okay. So Fubara have learned a lot through this process right now. He's coming back as a new ground and a nurtured governor now. So people contributing to the Fubara should go legality and everything. They should just keep everything down and let's start a fresh governance in Rivers State.
Because of time, I'm going to have to let you go. Thank you very much. So they're saying let peace reign, let bygones be bygones. I have just 58 seconds. I don't know. Any last words? 58 seconds. 52 seconds now. Who's going to take it?
Well, if we talk of peace, it depends on the peace you want in Rivers State. We all want peace, but we want the peace emanating from justice.
Good.
That is what we want. We don't want the peace of the oppressed, where you have been so subjugated that you cannot even talk. It's like a master-servant relationship. But because you're scared of the consequences of fighting your master, you remain silent. And any stranger who walks into your house will say, the house is quiet, there is peace. But that is not peace.
Okay.
What we want is peace emanating from justice. That is what we want in Rivers State.
And we're here because we don't want it to happen to another state.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
That's why
we keep talking about justice.
I've got,
if we allow this, in another, give yourself another 6-7
I've got to go.
We are close to the election.
Our time is up, gentlemen. Unfortunately, our time is up. I wish we could have a longer conversation, but next week I will have another conversation about this. I want to say thank you, Lelonu, Nwibubasa, Eugene, Abels, and Opunabo Inkotaria. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for gracing Hard Facts this evening and having this conversation.
Good evening, my brothers. Good evening, my brothers.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, Lagos, that's the show. I'll see you tomorrow on Hard Facts Awards. My name is Maryann Okon. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Threads, MIMIEYO. Bye-bye. Yvonne is here with the news.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it